John Colo at DiscountJuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and what I'm going to do in this episode is actually explain to you guys, in my opinion, the best juicer that I would use for juicing beets. Frequently we get questions at Discount Juicers about, John, what's the best juicer to juice beets? Because I heard it could improve your athletic performance. I know a lot of you guys are into sporting events and competition. And if you guys are into that stuff, you guys definitely want to get some beet juice as well as other fruits and vegetables in you for their benefit. It's shown that beets have nitrates in there that can increase the oxygen holding capacity of your blood so that you could perform better in sporting events. And they have studies on this. They also have studies for people that have high blood pressure, how beets could lower your blood pressure. There's actually studies on how beets could help older people with their brain and also help with serotonin levels. Is there anything beets can't do? I mean, beets are a wonderful food and more people need to get them into them, but the challenge with beets is if you're just trying to eat whole beets, you could only get so much in, right? It's got the fiber and you can't really get that much in. Not that you're not going to get the benefits of raw beets, you definitely will. But please keep in mind when you do cook the beets, you will be losing some of the beneficial nutrition in there, including the enzymes, as well as some of the protective phytonutrients and phytochemicals. For that reason, the best way to get beets into you, in my opinion, is to juice them. Because now what the juicer allows you to do, it allows you to concentrate and maximize the most beneficial parts of the beets, including the antioxidants, the nitrates, the vitamins, and the minerals, so that you could get a lot larger quantity into you. For example, if you juice, not that I'd recommend doing this, if you juice 5 pounds of beets, you get 5 cups of juice, which is a lot of beet juice to drink. I do need to give you guys a warning that when I started drinking straight beet juice, I'm like, yeah, beet juice is good, I'm gonna drink a lot. I must have juiced like 4 big beets and just drank the juice straight. And then about, I don't know, half hour, later, I was driving in my car, I had to stop, pull over, open the door, and I puked my guts out. Because beets are also really good for detoxing your liver. So, before making any kind of dietary change, you should consult a dietitian or a doctor or something like that. If you do it on your own, go at your own pace. If I was changing my diet and I started to include beets into my diet, I would start off slow, and I'll give you some more tips a little bit later in this video. Start off by just like adding half a beet or a half a cup of beet juice, and don't drink it straight no matter what you guys do. Mix it with some stuff so the reaction is not going to be as strong when it gets in you, so that you won't be puking it up like I did. Even if you guys think, oh man, I could take it straight, I dare you. Make a video if you do it and I want to see you puke. Puke it on beet juice, that'd be a good video. That probably might go viral even for you guys. So we're not here to talk about the many benefits of beets today. Why I'm here today is because as a juicing expert, and I know all about the juicers, I have over 20 juicers that I own myself, and I get to select the right juicer for the right job. I'm here to share with you guys the best juicer you guys should buy if you guys are in the market or looking to juice beets, specifically. There's a lot of different juicers out there, and I know about each one of them, their pros and cons, and how some of them may actually reduce the beneficial nutrients that you're getting out of the juice that you're making, and you may not get the full benefits that you're desiring. Alright, so first let's go ahead and introduce the different styles of machines on the table we have today. We have 2 main styles. We have one high-speed machine that's over on this side, that's the Breville Juice Fountain Elite, and then over on this side of the table we have all slow juicers. So I highly encourage you guys, to purchase a slow juicer for juicing beets and other fruits and vegetables that have delicate antioxidants and protective phytonutrients in there. Because the high speed aeration of the juice, whether that's in a high speed juicer or high speed blender, will lower the overall amount of phytonutrients that you'll get in the juice, as documented by scientific studies, which I have videos on, or a scientific study I have a video on. And in addition, like for example, if you juiced broccoli in a high-speed machine versus a low-speed machine, specifically they did testing on a machine like this and a machine like this, they had 50% less cancer-fighting ability on the juice made with a high-speed machine. And I know a lot of you guys may own these high-speed machines, And, you know, I'm not going to say that they don't work. You could be getting further benefits to, you know, just get that extra edge over your competition, or to get that extra edge to keep your brain clarity, or that extra edge to lower your blood pressure more efficiently, potentially, by using one of these slow juicers. And this is information that like research hasn't really gotten into. This is just basically based on my opinions and my research and what I've seen, studying juicers for many years. So I would use one of the machines on this side, and on the machines on this side, we have the Slow Star juicer, and this is a vertical single auger juicer. Next we have the Omega NC800, which is a horizontal single auger juicer. And then finally we have the Green Star Elite, which is a twin gear slow juicer. And each one of these machines have their pros and cons depending on your goal. So for example, if your goal is getting the highest nutrition and the highest quantity out of the beets you're juicing, then you're going to want to use the Green Star Elite. This machine will probably get the highest yield of any of these, or any slow juicer, single stage slow juicer on the market, and it just works very efficiently. Now the challenge with this is it's more expensive than the other machines, and also it takes a little bit more time to clean. The next model that I might recommend to you guys is this one. This is the Omega NC800. This juicer is really good if you want to juice a lot of sprouts and wheatgrass, along with some amounts of carrots and beets. It doesn't tend to get like maybe the highest yield, and you also need to sit here and push each produce item in as you do with the Green Star Elite, so it's going to take you a bit longer to clean. That being said, this machine is the easiest to clean of all the machines here today, and also this machine runs a low and slow 80 RPMs. And this machine, above all others that are like it on the market, actually has the largest feed chute, so that's why I prefer this. It's going to mean you're doing less cutting and actually more juicing. That being said, every juicer has its pros and cons, and the machine I would choose for juicing beets, if I want to juice a lot of beets, get the highest nutrition, and have an easy time of juicing and cleaning, is this guy. This is the Slow Star juicer, and I like this because it's a vertical auger juicer. Literally, you just cut the beets up, you drop it in there. You do not have to sit there with the pusher and push the produce in like you have to do on all three of these machines. This is auto feeding, so this is going to save you guys a lot of time. Also, because it is a vertical design, the pulp is going to work through, and it's going to get a fairly high yield on things like carrots, fruits, leafy greens, as well as vegetables. And it's a pretty well all-around good performer juicing whatever you may be juicing. The other reason why I like and choose the Slow Star juicer for juicing beets instead of other vertical auger machines is because this is a second generation machine. It does not have a hole in the bottom of the screen that will likely get clogged with beet pulp or the leafy greens of the beets, which is another thing you guys should be juicing, because it doesn't have that hole in the bottom of the screen. The other reason why I like it is because this is a solid, durable performance motor inside there. I've never been able to clog this juicer up, so juicing a lot of beets, beets are a really hard consistency, and they may stop other slow juicers in their tracks, like inexpensive ones. You may have problems with it, and with this you're just going to drop in the beets, as I'll be showing you guys in a minute, and it's going to juice it on up for you with no hassles. In addition, this also has a full 10-year warranty, so you're going to be guaranteed you'll be able to juice beets for the next 10 years guaranteed. I mean, same with all these guys. This guy's a 12-year warranty, this guy has a 15-year warranty, and the Breville, actually, the high-speed machines generally have a short warranty. The Breville has only a 1 year, and many of the ones that you may be getting at a local department store might only have a 90-day warranty. So to sum it up, if you're going to juice beets, get a slow juicer, number one. Number two, get the one that's going to do the best for you. Once again, want the most performance, the most yield, the highest nutrition, get this one. It's going to take you longer to clean, and it's going to be a bigger investment to make in the get-go, but overall it's going to pay for itself. If you want something, to do leafy greens, wheatgrass, as well as beets, then this is your guy. This is going to do great on those things. And you just want to juice beets fast and easy and get like a really good high quality yield and be able to use other things easily, then this is the way to go. I personally like the vertical slow juicers in my life, or my busy hectic lifestyle, because it's really fast and easy, simple to clean, and I can have the juice and drink it and get the benefits from it. So next, what I want to do for you guys is actually just go ahead and juice one of my favorite recipes, which is a beet pineapple juice. So let's go ahead and get some of these extra juicers cleared off and show you guys how we're going to juice in the Slow Star juicer today. So now I want to share with you guys the recipe I'll be juicing today in the Slow Star juicer. And my simple recipe is simply this. It's just beets with pineapple. So we got like 5 beets here. We got some standard red beets. And I want to encourage you guys to not only juice the standard red colored beets, but get the other colored beets. These are some yellow colored beets. They're kind of like orange on the outside. You know, these beets will have and give you the same athletic performance and blood pressure lowering, either of the different colors will. And I like to rotate them up because every different food of different colors have different phytochemicals and phytonutrients in them. For example, the standard red or purple beets have more of the protective betalains, which are known as antioxidants. And these are really good for us, but I'm sure the yellow ones have some other kind of pigments that are really good for us as well. So yeah, I juice them all. Now, beet juice can be kind of strong, and that's why I like juicing the yellow beets. I have 3 nice large yellow beets, and it's crazy that these large beets here are going to get juiced up in the juicer without any problems in just a second. And then we're adding the pineapple in there. Now I'm juicing pineapple because pineapple contains an enzyme known as bromelain, which could be helpful with reducing inflammation, from what I hear. And then the pineapple will make the beet juice taste way better, and because we're juicing the yellow beets, they're not quite as strong tasting either. Plus, we should get a really beautiful color with this recipe. So the juicer we're going to be using today is the Slow Star juicer, and I want to go ahead and show you guys how this works. Basically, you put the produce in here. The produce will go down to down the chute and into this chamber here, where it hits this guy. And this is the auger, and this has a dual blade cutting system where there's one blade here, one blade here. So the auger comes around and chunks off little pieces of the produce. And as it chunks off the produce, and this is spinning, the produce goes down and down, and is really crushed and squeezed, and the juice is then wrung out. The juice is then wrung out through this juicing screen right here, and the juice comes out through the holes, and the pulp goes out the bottom of the screen through this little outlet port here, so the pulp's all collected here, and the juice will all come out the juice spout here. Now this piece is actually known as the automatic wiping blade, and the job of this piece is to spin around as the machine is working, so that these little silicone flaps will basically wipe the screen clean like the windshield wiper on your car. And so that means you're going to get the best yield out of it. When lining this up, there's a little dot on here that you have to line up with a white dot here. Just locks into place. Then you're going to go ahead and take your auger, drop it in place. It seats all the way down there. Make sure that's all the way seated. Then you're going to take the red dot on the top of this housing, line it up with the white dot right here, put it in place, and then turn it to close. And then if you assemble it properly, you should be able to turn it on. Now, one of the reasons why I like the Slow Star juicer is because it's a slow juicer, runs at a low and slow 47, 48 RPMs, and it also is very quiet compared to some of the other machines. So I guess without further ado, let's just go ahead and get juicing, show you guys how easy it is to juice in the Slow Star. First off, we're going to turn the machine on, then we're going to start juicing. Oh, before we do, I want to go ahead and put this strainer here. Some of you guys may like the pulp, and I do encourage you guys to drink the juice with the pulp. It's not a big problem. I don't like the pulp, so I'm going to go ahead and strain it out. It's totally a personal preference thing. We'll also show you guys how much pulp is generated with the Slow Star with this particular recipe. Now, when juicing in the Slow Star, you want to rotate the produce items you're juicing. So first, we're going to stick in, the pineapple in there. Then we're going to go ahead and put some beet. Now, it's important to rotate the produce items you guys are juicing, in the different textures, because if your machine has like all the pineapple first, the soft textures may tend to jam up the machine, and then the nice hard beet textures will help push the produce through the machine. So here we got the yellow beet here on the inside, and the pineapple. As you guys can see, the juice is starting to come out. Let's go ahead and throw some more pineapple in there, and throw another piece of beet in there. Now the cool thing is on this machine is you just literally drop the produce in the machine, and it automatically feeds for you as long as you cut the pieces small enough. You cut them too big, then they may get stuck in the chute. but gravity basically feeds this machine. Here's another piece of pineapple. Drop it right in there, and drop a piece of beet in. Juices right up. Super simple, super easy. That's why I like the slow start juicer, because other machines you're going to have to literally sit there with a pusher, pushing each and every piece of produce in. Next, let's go ahead and cut this standard purple or red beet in half. Look at that nice deep color. Here's a comparison of the yellow beet there to look at that. I want to encourage you guys, especially if you guys are gardeners, grow your own beets and grow different kinds of heirloom beets. They're all amazing. Let's go ahead and throw this guy in there and see the color difference. Alright, now we got a nice rich color coming out. This is going to be a nice amazing pink juice. What I think I'm going to do next is actually I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up for you guys so you don't have to sit here while I'm juicing all my pineapples and beets, and we'll come back at you when I'm about done. Alright, so we're just about done juicing the pineapples and the beets. I've kind of raised up my strainer here because it's kind of sitting in the juice because we made so much. And I think this is the last piece of beet to put in the machine. And it's going to juice it on up. Now after you put the last piece of produce in the machine, you're going to want to let the machine run, I don't know, maybe another 30 to 60 seconds because it's still processing and making more delicious juice for you. Alright, it looks like we're all done. We're going to go ahead and turn that baby off. And let's go ahead and close this spout here, move this strainer aside. Basically in the strainer we have some pulp and juice that's still dripping out. And let's see, I can't really show you guys that because it's like just a lot of foam actually. That's probably due mostly to the pineapple. It tends to make things foam a bit. Let's go ahead and pull that off, and let's go ahead and pour this out so you guys can see what it looks like. Alright, let's go ahead and pour this juice out, and let me show you guys the consistency here. Look at that. Nice, rich, clean beet juice after straining, no pulp inside there. That's a nicely pigmented juice. We're going to go ahead and try this for you guys. Wow. It's actually quite good. You taste like the rootiness, I don't know if that makes sense, the rootiness of the beet, but that sweetness of the pineapple comes right through. This is like an amazing punch to serve at your next athletic party. So like everybody at your team party, so everybody in your soccer team could have better performance before the game. Y'all should be drinking this stuff instead of any kind of Gatorade or Cokes or anything like that. Wow, that's delicious. Not only can beets help you with your athletic performance, not only can it lower your blood pressure, not only can it act as an anti-inflammatory with the really potent betalains in there, it can also help you guys, with ED because it increases the blood flow. And that's really cool. So the things I've learned over all these years of, teaching about juicers and healthy lifestyle and diet tips is basically this. Every different fruit and vegetable has beneficial phytochemicals and phytonutrients. Today we're just having to talk about beets, but every other food, including carrots and turnips and radishes and broccoli and onions and garlic and berries, they all have a plethora of phytochemicals and phytonutrients. These are the things that will allow you to perform better. These are the things that will unclog your arteries, or better than that, not clog them up in the first place. Like other foods, like trans fats, like junk foods, like processed foods, things in packages, bottles, and jars, animal foods in excess. We want to get more of these fresh fruits and vegetables into us, and the Slow Star juicer, along with any of the other juicers that I showed you guys earlier, is an easy way to literally concentrate one whole pineapple and 5 beets like I did, make a juice out of it, and then enjoy it so that you can better your life, better your performance, and better your times in bed too. So if you guys enjoyed this episode, hey, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. That'll motivate me to do future videos about this topic and many other topics in the future when I go into specific juicers for specific produce items, since I know there's a big interest in juicing beets. Also be sure to share this video with others who you may think it will help. Also be sure to click that subscribe button right down below to be notified of new and upcoming episodes that I'm coming out about every 5 to 7 days. And be sure to check my past episodes. My past episodes are a wealth of knowledge. Over 450 videos now on comparing juicers and blenders and dehydrators and the products that allow you to get more fruits and vegetables in you so that you guys can be healthy. If you guys enjoyed this video, I do encourage you guys to support me and my work by making your purchase at discountjuicers.com. This allows me to continue to make these educational videos for you guys to be the change in the world that I want to see. So once again, my name is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Be sure to visit discountjuicers.com/YouTube for special promotional offers for our YouTube visitors. Alright, this is John Kohler with discountjuicers.com. Today we have another exciting episode for you, and what we're going to do today is show you guys how Omega made the TWN30 juicer even better. And what we have today is the Omega TWN30S, and if you guys are longtime subscribers, which I do encourage you guys to subscribe by hitting the subscribe button right